Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. I much appreciate it. I was gonna try to record some Havoc gameplay today, but I feel like it's got to be done on stream because I played 2 matches before this trying to make videos. We lost instantly both times, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just go back to Orc Damnation or Orc Maelstrom or whatever. Havoc can be a stream thing, and we'll be happy over there. For the build we're running today, it's a bit of a crit-focused Purg staff build, because Purg staff, arguably the strongest Psyker staff in the game. You can, if you want to know the math on it, go watch the Tanner Lindbergh video. I didn't steal this build from Tanner. If we have the same build, then that is completely coincidence, because I literally was just scrolling my YouTube feed. I saw Tanner had posted the Purg staff is like with the title. It says like Purg staff is the strongest staff in the game. And I said, you know what, you're right. I clicked on it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, all right, cool. I've absorbed all the knowledge of this video. Anyway, the build we're running with the Blaze Force Sword with 2% stamina, or 2 stamina and Maniac damage because I hate Ragers. Then we have Unstoppable Power and Slaughterer. And then we have the Inferno Force Staff with stamina and increased critical strike chance with Blaze Away and Warp Nexus. Once again, more damage, more crit. And then we have Soul Stealer, Quietude, Battle Meditation, Warp Expenditure, Metal. Then we have Brain Rupture, Psykinetics Aura, sorry. Then we have Kinetic Presence, Empathic Evasion, One with the Warp, Venting Streak, Becoming Eruption, Creeping Flames. Now, there is a universe where you can go Anticipation. I think Anticipation's also fine. But I'm just personally going to go Creeping Flames. Because, and then we have Warp Rider, Kinetic Deflection, Solidity, Penetration of the Soul. Then we have Warp Siphon, Essence Harvest, Imperium Empowerment, and then Infire Reborn. Now, the reason why we have Infire Reborn, now we don't have like Perilous Combustion or anything like that, which is like, a little bit of a shame. But I'm going Creeping Flames so that we have a chance of getting a Infire Reborn stack, getting us a Warp Charge, which gives us more damage, and then also gives us 30% toughness. Then obviously crits restore toughness as well. And obviously going to be damaging range. So the whole point is like crits generate toughness, also Quelling Peril generates toughness. So that's why we have Becoming Eruption to decrease peril generation by 1%. Which will, it's all coming together. All right. But yeah, that is actually, you know what? No, I like Kinetic Deflection. I was thinking of maybe getting rid of it to grab like Warp Battery, but I like Kinetic Deflection too much. It makes revives too nice. Anyway, that's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty. So this is Orc Maelstrom, by the way. Hopefully we'll not join in too late in the party. So anyway, the Game Awards happened the other day. That was like probably one of the best Game Award shows in a long time. That was so good. It felt like they really took a lot of the criticism of last year, and they really brought some, really just improved the show overall. I'm kind of joining a little more than halfway. Anyway. I'm trying to think. No, actually, I didn't join that far. I think. Anyway. One sec. The Neva won an award. I have a playthrough of Neva if you're interested in it. Love that game. So good. I would have voted for a Game of the Year if I could, but I don't think it would have won, but I would have voted for it. It won its Game for Impact. Now, what does Game for Impact do? I honestly have no clue. Zealot stole my goddamn heal. Rude. Balatro won 3 awards: Best Mobile Game, Best Indie, and something else. Black Myth won Player's Choice. the other options for player's choice, you know, was like Erdtree, Wukong, and then like 3 gacha games, 2 of them being MiHoYo. So I'm glad that Black Myth Wukong won because I don't want a gacha game to win. Astrobot obviously won Game of the Year. We are Astrobot. Fire game. Actually, we kind of joined in like pretty much at the end. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe I'll do another one of this map to really show the build up more. Or maybe, you know, something horrible can happen and it takes 20 years to finish. I don't know. What other games won awards? I think Final Fantasy won Best OST, and then I think for game direction, Metaphor ReFantazio won. I think maybe Metaphor won an award or 2. I can't remember what ones though. Some new game announcements: Onimusha, Way of the Blade. First Berserker, Turok Origins. That's apparently a deep cut. No clue what Turok was, but apparently that's like a big deep cut to all my friends. Apparently I've never heard of it. We saw, obviously, big shout out, Witcher 4. Very excited. Most excited for The Witcher 4 because of Gwent 2. Now, another game that got revealed was the Elden Ring. It's an Elden Ring co-op roguelike with all the Souls mechanics from other games in it. It's like there's the Sekiro parries, the Sekiro like wall climb shit. There seem to be like some hunter movesets from Bloodborne, which is nice. We saw the fucking Nameless King, which is crazy. What? Why did he do that? Did you see that? What was that? Real quick, get my toughness back. And it's, you know, it wasn't even a day before the usual suspects were calling Siri the DEI woke chin stuff. It's like, okay, get a life, I guess. The Elden Ring thing is interesting. It's like a co-op roguelike thing. It had the Nameless King. It had some, like, a bunch of stuff. Very interesting to see where that goes. Helldivers won some awards. It won Best Ongoing, which is cool. And no, Baldur's Gate won community support. Yeah, Helldivers won Best Ongoing. Astrobot actually won like a few awards. It won like 3 awards, with including Game of the Year. Now, Astrobot winning Game of the Year is quite good, I believe, for the gaming industry as like a whole, because it's a sorry, one sec. It's just kind of, I feel like it's going to be like a bit of a wake-up call to Sony to be like, hey, we don't have to make stuff like Concord. We can make games that people actually want to play. I know. You know, shocker. Okay, well, I'm down here now. Oh, can't jump. Better get my healer before it gets yoinked. Because in Astrobot, in the award speech, the guy, the head of the team, was like, you know, this is not just a love letter to Sony, but this is also thank you games to other, you know, gaming devs that have like made all these platforms that inspired us. They couldn't say the name, obviously, but you know, you know. You know. So that was really cool. Snoop Dogg was there. That was really cool. Harrison Ford was there. He was absolutely sloshed. But you know, that's to be expected. Then there was Statler and Waldorf, the Muppets. They spent the entire time making fun of Jeff Keighley. It was hilarious. Had a really cool, like, other big announcements were the biggest, probably like the second biggest one, I think, in my opinion, is the Okami 2 announcement. Now that was Jeff was fucking, you know, bro was like, really, the stars really aligned for the 10th year anniversary of the Game Awards for having all these sick ass games being revealed. And I'm sure Jeff also like was able to pull some strings behind the scenes, but like, he was tearing up when he was like mentioning the Okami 2. He was like, he didn't even say, he was like, if you truly love games, then this is for us. And he was like, his eyes were watering up. I'm not even kidding. Like, bro was really about to get emotional, and he did. And it was Okami. It was absolutely beautiful reveal. It had a whole like ink blot animated trailer. It had like an orchestra. Oh, it was beautiful. And I am very excited for Okami 2. I didn't play the first Okami, but I did watch the first Okami, so that was a big. I do love Okami, so very excited to be able to play it. I assume it'll be on the Switch. I hope they release Okami 1 for the Switch then, assuming. Or no, wait, was Okami on the... In my head, Okami was on the GameCube, but it might have been on the PlayStation. I do not remember. Anyway, I'm just excited to play. I'm excited for it. Same with The Witcher 4 and stuff like that. Very excited. Some other funny shit at the thing. They announced Last of Us 2 remaster for PC, so that's freaking epic. So I'm just guesstimating how I think I can just do this. Skedaddle on in here. So that obviously, once again, Naughty Dog being shameless is a little funny to the point of like it being a little beyond it being a little pathetic. There was also like this weird AI cat scam game is the best way I can describe it. So it was very clearly AI generated, but there was no gameplay. It was just purely AI generated. Now you could say, oh, it's a trailer. Yeah, but it was like AI generated and weird. And then the Steam page for it's called Catly. It's like, it's actually just like a scam. It actually has like no... And I'm like, what? This is like a money laundering scheme. How did this get past? Like, they had to pay a lot of fucking money, I think. Or like somehow it got past quality control or something. I don't know. It was just like, wow. Truly fascinating. Oh, Astrobot also won Best Family Game. That's the one I thought Super Mario was going to win it because one, it was Nintendo, and like Super Mario's a family game. Astrobot is a single-player game as far as I'm aware. There's not really much family you can do with that. I guess you can sit around and watch it. But in my head, family games kind of have to be co-op, but I guess not. Just barely heard that Mauler. Yeah, that was cool, and it was just a really beautiful ceremony overall. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff, the final stuff. It was very funny seeing Balatro on stage with like, because obviously like the Game of the Year at the end of the ceremony before they announce it, they have like this orchestra that plays like themes from every game. It's sort of like seamless transitions, and they transitioned Elden Ring to Balatro, And it's just, I just find that really funny because it's they had some composer sitting like, how the fuck am I gonna swap Elden Ring into Balatro? And they managed to do it fantastically. There's a lot of Nerdle Blessed enemies. I gotta skedaddle. Don't slam. Nice. Yeah, it was really beautifully well done. And all the speeches were really beautiful and stuff. And Statler and Waldorf were really funny. Snoop Dogg was great. And obviously with every Game of the Year's war, there's always people like, oh, this one Game of the Year over fucking Black Myth Wukong, and they show like a cutscene from the first 10 minutes of the game. And then there was one, so another game got revealed, and this is gonna reiterate to what I said. It's a Naughty Dog franchise, which is always like, ugh, Naughty Dog, yuck. We're tired of you, Neil Druckmann. I hate you. Called Galactic, and as far as I'm aware, you're like a bounty hunter of sorts, so it looks like it's more like a Uncharted more than a Last of Us type shit. Kind of wish I had the extra dodge. I'm gonna be real. Got some crits there because I was counting as dodging. Love it. And you know how this is gonna go. The protagonist is not a anime girl, anime like levels of attractive, you know, character with big boobies. She's like a rather masculine. I'm so dead here. Unless I somehow live. Oh, big toughness from the crits. And, you know, very masculine main character for a female, which is fine, right? I'm not, that's like whatever. But the issue is that all these people that, you know, complain about wokeness and whatever all the time, and like the DEI chin, whatever that means, are just having a field day with it. And they're saying like, oh, this, like Easter games versus Western games, and it's like Stellar Blade versus like the Stellar Blade main character in like a skimpy dress with their titties out, and then the screenshot of the girl from Galactic crossing her arms as she's like being snarky to her boss or her agent or whatever. Now, once again, let me just reiterate. I don't like Neil Druckmann. I don't like Naughty Dog. I'm not defending Naughty Dog. I'm simply making fun of these weirdos. Because, like, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, right? I've seen the same amount of gameplay as Galactic as I have seen Stellar Blade. And that's not a lot. I saw Stellar Blade gameplay for the first time at the Game Awards because they had to show some of the gameplay for the nomination, right? Because it was nominated for a couple things. It was nominated for Best Action Adventure. I think it was nominated for Best Music. Although I've heard the Stellar Blade music a little bit. It's actually quite good. You know, it's pretty just, I don't want to say generic, but it's, you know, standard action stuff. Kind of cool. And look, I'm not here to say that games can't be horny, by all means, if you know. But like, once again, Stellar Blade didn't sell that well. Like, I don't get the logic of like, oh, hot characters sell well. No, I think good games sell well. I mean, hot characters nice. I like looking at Eve, I think is her name. Like, she's got a nice rack, but like, was the game any good? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it if no one's talking about it beyond the chick's rack. You know, just seems like, you know, not the guy. No. Once again, I'm not saying that Galactic's going to be good. In fact, I highly suspect Galactic's going to be like pretty mundane, to put it lightly. But it's like, it's just weird. This weird thing of like this misconception that big boobies and hot characters sell well. Maybe for gacha games, but I feel like for generally, the games don't do that. Like for example, Nier Automata would have sold well even if 2B didn't have a huge ass, right? 2B's massive trunk is a cherry on top. Nier Automata is a beautiful game. Absolutely phenomenal. Made by the psychopath that is Yoko Taro. Would Stellar Blade have even been talked about had it not been a main character with huge tits and a huge ass? I don't know. Now, once again, let me reiterate. Sexy isn't bad. I'm not saying that characters being sexy is bad. I play Marvel Rivals. I play gacha games, right? I am not going to take some holier-than-thou route. But, you know, I think a character being sexy should not be literally all they're offering. Like, you know, like, I get it. You're very attractive, but also, like, could you make something other than meatloaf? You know? Like, it's just one of those things. Like, get it twisted. Also, I will say, to talk about the cinematic trailer for Witcher 4, it obviously saw Ciri fighting. It was very cool. But what was very cool that no one else seemed to caught is that, so in one of the original cinematic trailers for The Witcher, it's going to grab me. Please don't. Oh. Obviously, if you've seen it, you know how it goes. Like, they try to hang the lady, but Geralt stops them, and he's like, rah! And they're like, what are you doing? Killing monsters. I'm glad they kind of had a throwback to it. Spoilers. Because at the end, they were like, no, she was chosen by the gods. And Ciri's like, there are no gods here, only monsters. And she kind of approaches like the camera and implies that, oh, she killed them. Which is like a little, it's like a nice little throwback to the killing monsters scene. They do say Geralt is going to be in Witcher 4, which unfortunately I believe he's going to die. I mean, if he does die, I hope he dies. I hope it's not like, I mean, this is what I hope, right? Once again, I'm willing to be wrong about this. I hope his death is good. Like, I want him to die as a badass, but also at the same time, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, this game is woke, anti-masculine, stupid if Geralt dies by, like, getting, like, killed by some slimy fucker. You know? Like, if Geralt gets slimed, you know what I'm saying? I think I'd be upset because it's like, oh, that's my boy getting slimed. You hate to see it happen. But also, like, if it's good, you know, if it's like, okay, this is peak writing all of a sudden. You know? Ow, ow, ow. Have you ever thought of that? Yes. My peril, my toughness is back. Like, just because, like, what I'm saying is slimy deaths don't mean they're bad. Like, I think a great example of this is Joel's death in The Last of Us 2. Obviously, it sucks seeing this character that we love literally get, like, fucking, like, punked a little bit. But at the same time, like, it was really good for Ellie's story. You know, it, like, gave her motivation. Although, you know, the ending of Last of Us 2 aside. Once again, game about revenge bad, and then you kill hundreds, if not thousands, of people along the way. It's like, well, what's one more, you know? I think I might be cooked, game. I'm in a bad spot. I couldn't dodge in time. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, getting slimed is not. I hope Geralt goes out like a beast if he does go out. But at the same time, if you know, get slimed as long as it's good for the story. Which is like, you know, it probably will be if he does get slimed, because like it's Ciri's story. Even CD Projekt Red said in an interview, like, it's always been Ciri's story, right? Geralt was just simply Geralt was simply just, in the earlier games, he was the driving factor of the plot. No, my Maelstrom streak. I just realized. Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about it. It's always been out in Series, but now the game is actually through Series I's. Although The Witcher 3, you know, had a lot of Series I's in it. So yeah, it's gonna be very good. Of course, all the people that don't read the books are like, "Oh my god, I thought Ciri couldn't use magic. She couldn't be a Witcher. She's a girl." It's like, okay, buddy. Or like, you know, like, oh, you know, like, I thought Ciri couldn't use Witcher magic, as if Witcher magic isn't it like the lowest rung of magic in the lore. Like, Witchers use Witcher signs because one, a little bit of tradition, also like it's an easy magic for them to use. Witchers aren't mages, they're sword fighters, right? The magic is just there to be like, okay, we have our basics. We can set something on fire, we can push something away, we can mind control people, and then we got a shield. Cool, great. That's literally the 4 basic things a Witcher needs to be successful. And they got it. Like, I wonder, like, obviously in the cinematic trailer we saw Ciri do some new shit. So I wonder if Ciri's gonna have sort of like the powers we saw her have in Witcher 3 when we played it, like obviously with the blink dash and whatnot. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I am not your mother, but you better brush your teeth and have a good one. Bye-bye.